What was a sex
okay
expectation, but sexcapade? I can't say it.
Like
an expectation for sex.
A sexpectation.
A sexpectation.
What is a sexpectation?
Well, hello, you guys. Welcome back to our channel.
This is already gonna be a funny video. My lord.
I am nervous about this video.
I wasn't nervous until you just got home and you were like, I'm super nervous about this video. If you watched our video last Thursday, it was a heavier video about going through pain and suffering.
Yeah.
And that's very real. And we wanted to like lighten the mood a little bit. And so we've seen a bunch of people do this like kind of challenge or whatever.
Yeah.
Or what's it even called?
Oh, the actual title.
Yeah, the trend. What's the name of the trend?
It's asking my husband questions that girls are too afraid to ask.
Yeah.
Like too afraid to ask guys.
Okay.
So, but I'm like, I'm kind of nervous to ask you these questions. Angela responded, she was like, not a question, but good luck.
I'm like an open book to a certain, but I also believe in privacy, right? I know it's just weird coming from people who share their life online, but we definitely keep certain things, you know, like this is us.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely interested to hear what kind of questions.
Yeah. And this questions box has only been open for like 2 or 3 hours, and I haven't even had a chance to like actually go through and pick them. So I'm just gonna be scrolling, and I'm probably gonna be just as surprised by these questions as I'm reading. Okay. All right, let's just get started.
Oh gosh. Do I get a couple skips?
You get 2 skips. 2? Yeah.
Skip. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Do they really notice your boobs when we give them hugs?
Well, you know, I'm gonna say this with the utmost respect and love for everyone, but it depends on the person. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's why Christians do a lot of side hugs.
Yeah.
Little side hugs.
Hey,
people.
bud. hey, pal.
All right. Is it attractive if a girl makes the first move?
Is it attractive? I mean, I think it can be, there can be a novelty to it, which is like, it creates excitement in your life because it's something new. And I don't want to generalize or stereotype, but I think guys typically like the chase. Mm-hmm. You know, I think they kind of like, oh, I'm gonna, I'm gonna
the pursuer.
I'm gonna try to win her over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do think it's nice whenever you pursue me and you've planned something. I think that's really sweet.
Yeah. Well, we're also married, but what if they're asking? Because there's a lot of them in here that's like, okay, I have a crush on a guy at church. Like, how long do I wait for him to ask me out?
Well, to be honest, if he's not asking you out, then that's a him problem.
Yeah.
That's not a you problem. You know, I feel like a lot of people, especially from that reference, church, is like, they're always like ring before spring. They're excited to get married. They're excited to be together. Yeah. And so I wouldn't, what?
Sorry, I just read the next question.
Oh gosh. I would just make sure that you're not forcing something to happen where if someone really desires to be with you, they will make things move to be with you.
I don't think this one's gonna make the video, but
get it gone, baby.
People are going for it.
Wow. I mean, I will say this. I'm not like, oh, it has to be this way. But if I could choose a preference, like between like the red Power Ranger or blue Power Ranger, I'm a blue Power Ranger guy. That doesn't mean I don't like the red Power Ranger, but the blue's always my favorite. So,
babe, that doesn't even make sense.
Well, the people, they don't know the question. Look how awkward you are right now. You're so uncomfortable.
Do guys really like it when girls don't wear makeup?
Yes.
Unfortunately, very true. Actually, it's not unfortunate. I'm fortunate that you like it.
Drake made a song about it.
I just feel prettier. Like, I feel put together a lot of the time when I have makeup on.
Yeah. I get that feeling because whenever I've like trimmed my beard and I've like done my hair and I'm not wearing just gym clothes, I feel better. Like, I feel more ready for the world.
Yeah.
But I also like, you know, I feel like girls have a lot more options. Girls can look super cute and like just casual. They have like cozy pajamas and stuff like that, where guys just kind of like put on your basketball shorts and your tennis shoes and your tank top. Like,
yeah, y'all definitely don't have as many options.
Yeah, we don't have the options.
Okay. What's the most attractive and unattractive clothing on a girl?
This is going to trigger some people. I think whenever someone is revealing too much, I think that's unattractive. One of my favorite quotes is, beautiful things don't ask for attention. And I love when things are subtle. I love when they're, there's
a mystery.
Yeah, I like the mystery. I like the, that things add to you. Like I love watches, but my watch doesn't make me. I make my watch, right?
Yeah.
It's an additive to me. It doesn't like reveal everything about me. It doesn't make who I am. So that's a long question. And the most attractive thing, look what she's wearing right now, a sundress. Sundress is for guys. It's like kryptonite. It's like I don't know what's in them, but it's kryptonite.
That is funny.
However, I have been enjoying some of like the oversized boyfriend jeans.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I've been enjoying some of that.
How do you deal with morning breath?
You jump out of bed and sprint to the bathroom and brush your teeth. So like, yeah.
I like will not talk to Chad until I've brushed my teeth.
And whenever like we go to kiss in the morning, here's what we do.
I can't do it. I can't.
That's all we do. Everybody has to deal with it, right? Everyone. This is like a thing. Mm-hmm. But we just try to like, you talk, you breathe away from the person.
Mm-hmm. But that's like an us thing. I feel like I have other friends who like could care less. But
yeah, I have a gag reflex.
Do guys love having deep convos or light-hearted fun things?
I think that it depends on the time. I think we like both equally. I think we have to be ready for a deep conversation. And it also depends on the person. Like my buddy James, any chance he has to have a deep conversation, he's gonna leap at the opportunity. But then I have some other friends that you really gotta set aside the time. And like, hey, are you in a place to like, how are things? You know what I mean? Like sometimes Tori will wanna open up a can of worms right before bed. And I'm like, no, now's not the time. Because I'm like turning my brain off. I'm going into like this mode right now, you know?
And he also falls asleep in like 2 seconds. Like I know I'm just gonna lay there for 30 minutes. So I'm like, we could talk for the next 20.
Yeah, no. That's a no for me, dog.
This one is another one that I don't know if it's going on there or not. Oh. She says, is there a, oh, this is how she really looks moment for guys? Like, out of the shower, no makeup on. Like, oh, this is how she actually looks.
And that's typically my favorite. Yeah. So, yeah, I would not be ashamed of that. Now, granted, if that product is significantly different than the other product, then maybe consider dialing down this product to make it more like this product, because this is beautiful and this is perfect. This is how God made you to be. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Christian. Yeah. I'm saying that because it's time to enjoy the natural beauty of who you are and not. But I'm not saying don't wear makeup. I'm saying if it's that big of a dramatic difference,
accentuate. You know, just like a little coverage, a little something. Yeah. And I know a lot of people like love makeup and are passionate about it, like to like play around with it too.
Yeah,
but
and that can be a lot of fun for people. Yeah. I just think that if your identity is attached to it, then that's a no.
Yeah. From a husband's perspective, do you get annoyed if we say no to sex?
No, I definitely think it can be a letdown sometimes. Not like I'm like disappointed in you, but like, you know,
like, darn it.
Yeah, it's just like, it's kind of like,
I get it. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
If I'm like, all right.
Yeah, but
and you're like, I can't right now.
I don't want to like freak people out, but for those of you who are waiting until marriage, sex inside of marriage is so special and so great, but it's also not your entire relationship. Yeah. You know, it's like, there's so many other things I look forward to in our marriage, and like, that's great. And I also get excited to like grow family and to build something together. And you know, there's other things too. Is this how I'm supposed to be answering the questions?
I have no idea.
Because they don't seem very bad.
Well, because some of them are like too inappropriate for this channel.
Oh.
How do you feel about periods? Would you be helpful in that area if you had a daughter?
Yeah, absolutely. They don't gross me out. I mean, it's different. I'm not, you know, it's like, don't know a whole lot about it, but if we do have a daughter, and Lord willing, we'll have a few. Yeah. That'll be something I'll have to like talk to her about and research, only if they're comfortable with like me talking to them about it, because I'm not gonna like like, you ready to have the conversation? You know, I'm not gonna be that guy. Yeah. But no, I'm not gonna make someone feel ashamed or gross about something like that. Yeah. It's totally normal. It does cause some heightened emotions though, okay? So there are some times where...
Especially the day before my period and the first day of my period.
Tori and I typically get in one fight a month. Yeah,
and it's normally the day before my period. And it's almost how we know that it's coming.
The stories that we have, we cannot share with you. But it's definitely, Okay, next question. I saw the funniest video where this guy had like a military helmet on, and he like took like a tampon, and he was like in war. He was like, and he threw it and he ducked or whatever.
Oh my gosh.
It's like a grenade.
You watch too much TikTok. What do you notice first about a girl, looks wise?
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm not in that game anymore, but can I speak from like...
prior to me, or when you saw me?
I'm a face guy. Yeah, I'm 100% a face guy. Yeah, and like faces and smiles. I really like smiles.
Does it really hurt as bad as it seems to get hit in the...
Yes. And worse. But you know what's interesting, and this is a fun fact that guys won't tell you. This hurts. That hurts worse. Any guy who's watching this knows what I'm talking about.
Really?
Yeah, it's almost like you're unprepared and it sends this jolt throughout your whole body and you just want to cry in the fetal position for an hour.
Really?
Yes.
What was a sex
Okay.
expectation, but I can't say it. Like an
sexcapade?
expectation for sex.
A sexpectation.
A sexpectation.
What is this sexpectation?
You had going into marriage that you actually got right.
Oh, something I got right.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. That I think one that you would feel very comfortable with that person, and it's not about performing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not about putting on a show or whatever. It's about really just enjoying each other.
Yeah. It's always different, like, when you know that God is, like, covering that.
Yeah.
It's just, there's no shame attached to it. Yeah. Little personal, but always curious. Do guys initially care what a girl's body looks like?
I mean, I think that, and that's, first off, that's a difficult question. Because there's part of society which projects that this is an image of beauty, right? And then there's another side of it where it's just like people are attracted to what they're attracted to, right? And so people tend to be attracted to things that are similar to them. I know people say opposites attract, but people are the way they are typically because they like that. And so if I were in like really good fitness shape, that means I take the gym important, right? And then I would obviously probably try to find someone who also finds that as a priority in their life. And how do I say this?
Different ways.
I think the bar is a lot lower than what you're thinking. Mm-hmm. Like when you see all the Instagram models, that's not what guys are looking for. But also it's like if you like take care of yourself and you treat yourself well and like you even spray perfume, like, you know, there's a lot of little things that guys notice. I think that girls feel such a deeper pressure than what guys actually want them to feel. For most guys, I guess I'm speaking from my own personal background. I don't, you know, because I really want you to be you, right? I don't want you to be who I want you to be. I want you to be who you want to be.
Would you be down if if Tori wanted to cut off a lot of her hair?
No.
I know.
That's a no for me. Nope. She tried it once.
I chopped a lot of my hair off right before moving to California because I thought Chad wanted me to cut my hair off.
No. Why would you think that?
Because you said something passing.
I like those haircuts, but that doesn't mean I want you to have it.
But I thought that's what you wanted. And I was like, oh, well, you know, maybe I'll just try it out. I'm moving across the country. I'm changing everything about my life. Might as well change my hair too. Yeah,
you just wanted to do something extravagant or whatever.
Yeah, and I regretted it like the moment after she chopped it.
Yeah, my poor baby.
But I like tried to embrace it. I really did. Mm-hmm. I was like, fine, it's a cute little sassy season.
Yeah, but it didn't look bad. I like your longer hair.
Yeah.
And I also cut her bangs. I don't know if you guys know that. There was a video.
That was a little quarantine thing.
It actually turned out really, you have to find out. You have to click the video.
I don't know. Sometimes I want to bring the bangs back.
Next question, my babies.
You don't want to
I don't want to give too much away.
You don't want me to
I don't want you to bring them back because one day you hated them, the next day you loved them. And
they were just a lot of work.
And you were just always talking about them.
I just don't have to do if I wash my hair, I don't have to do my hair for like 3 days. But every single day that you have bangs, you have to do them. You have to do them like twice a day to make sure they look good.
Low
maintenance. It's hard. Have you ever sent a picture meant for Tori to the wrong person?
Oh, well, we don't send those pictures.
We don't send those pictures.
Yeah. Don't put anything online.
They always be watching.
Don't be sending messages. Once it's out there, it's out there. So don't do that. Even if you're long distance, we were long distance for a long time. Mm-hmm. And no, that's not the move. Don't do it.
People.
Yeah, not the move.
Has anyone ever tried to hit on Tori where you had to shut it down?
Has there?
I don't think so.
No, I typically hover like a little invisible force field.
What would you do if I wore an outfit that you thought was not modest enough?
I'll be like, where are you going looking like that?
Yeah.
Because like you can look like a snack, but we're going to stay home and we're going to enjoy that.
But I also feel like I even lean towards like things that I think are immodest. You're like,
I think she has some room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to draw the line here before I pass it over there.
Yeah, which I really do appreciate that.
We actually do have a video on modesty if y'all
Yeah.
want to watch all the things we have to say about modesty.
Yeah.
What's your biggest turnoff?
Well, can I just speak from like a general point of view?
Sure.
I don't want people to feel judged, but I'm not a big fan of like cursing and women cursing. I'm definitely not a fan of smoking. I'm not a fan of people who are like I need your attention right now. Like, I'm here, I know everyone else is here, but I'm here and pay attention to me. I'm not a big fan of that.
What's something specific that a Christian man wants his wife to pray for him about?
Oh my gosh. What, just one? That I am just obedient to the Lord and that I completely just submit to him. I think that there's a lot of like people have a hard time when you hear about like submission and obedience and stuff like that, and like people get freaked out about gender roles and all this type of stuff. But I think what I would like my wife to see me do is submit and be obedient and and do that. And that's what I hope that she'd pray for, because you know, whenever I am loving the way God intends me to love, then I'm loving her perfectly. I'm loving her well. Yeah. And so that's what ultimately I want to do. So if you pray for that.
Our girl's complicated.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Why are guys not asking out girls anymore? We were just talking about this yesterday.
Yeah. Honestly.
Fear of rejection.
Yeah, I think there could be a fear of rejection. I think people tend to reject themselves. That way they don't have to deal with the feeling of rejection. That way I'm not going to go to college because I wouldn't make it anyways. So I never have to deal with the sadness of not making it because I've already ruled myself out. And they live that way for relationships. But I also think that a lot of people are living in this space of like, they're pseudo dating like 15 people with whenever they need an emotional connection, they just text people, they get on the phone, they Snapchat constantly, or they get on Instagram or they watch pornography, and they start to get these feelings of a relationship. But they're like, it's basically like, imagine going to like a drink vending machine, you get some Coca-Cola and you get Pepsi and you get Sprite and you get Dr. Pepper and you get water and you get this. And it's just like, so now you have this big cluster and you think that you have everything that you need, but it's actually, it's not it. It's not it. I think that if people didn't have access to so many false replacements of relationships, people would be asking people out more. Yeah.
Is there pressure on guys to lose their virginity before marriage?
Yeah, absolutely there is. And that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my word, that upsets me so much. All right, let's go to a different topic. I'm going to start running off, babe. Go to a different topic.
Maybe we'll have to do a video on that. Like a whole video
on
that.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Next question. Yeah. Let's choose a lighthearted one.
Maybe watch our sex series.
This video is supposed to be like funny, and now I'm getting all deep and everything. The heck?
We just are who we are, babe. We are who we are. Okay. Truly, how much does sex consume your mind? Is it truly 24/7?
No.
Good.
Absolutely not. And if it did, that's a problem. So, and if you struggle with that, I'm not making fun of you. I'm saying that that's something that should be worked on. Because anything that consumes your mind that much is a problem. Whether it's money or it's trying to find a spouse or school even, or professional career, anything that has that much control of your mind is an idol. Not a good thing.
All right, y'all, it's a juicy one. What makes guys want to cheat?
This is coming from someone who's been cheated on twice. So I'm sharing this from, I wondered, because whenever you're hurt, you wonder why someone would do that, you know? I think that whenever someone's goal in a relationship is what they can get out of the relationship, and whenever what they're getting is no longer doing it for them, they have to go elsewhere to get it. But that when you're going into a relationship based off of what you get versus what you give, you're bound to have different forms of cheating. And so it just points to people's emptiness. Yeah.
How do you know if a guy is interested, not just accidentally flirting?
First off, like accidentally flirting, I think that there can be overly friendly people. It can be confused for overly friendliness. But like, I mean, I know when I'm trying to flirt with her. You know what I mean? Like, I think that a lot of people know when they're trying to flirt. Yeah, well, if he's really interested in you, hopefully they will make it known. And this is why I don't like games. Yeah. You know, it's just kind of like, are you interested in me? Because I'm not sure if I'm interested, but now you're interested, but now I'm kind of not interested, but now you're not interested, which makes me more interested. That's from a movie. I'm not going to end the movie because it's a bad movie, but anyways. I don't like games.
Yeah. What's a realistic amount of times to have sex as newlyweds?
Well, I don't want to put a number on it because I don't want whatever you decide inside of your marriage to seem unhealthy. So it really depends on the people. So I think that as long as you find it a healthy amount,
that both of you like agree on, and there's no like unmet expectations.
Yeah, you cannot expect what you do not express.
Yeah.
So express yourself.
Do guys like girls that are natural leaders, or does it intimidate them because guys are supposed to be leaders?
Well, that last part threw me off. I was gonna say both. Guys can really enjoy a woman who takes initiative and leads, but also it can be intimidating. But I also think guys are intimidated by other guys who have that leadership quality. Mm-hmm. So it's not a matter of gender. It's a matter of, I think it can be intimidating because there's a force happening here, and this force knows where they're going and they know what they want. And it's like, oh wow, that's a lot. Like, oh my word, like that makes me question me. I think that can absolutely be intimidating, but I also think it can be absolutely empowering and attractive too. I don't think it has to be either or. I think it can be a both and.
Yeah. And
I'm not saying that it being intimidating is a bad thing, but I think it's a reality. I think people need to stop looking at things that are maybe unattractive, like if someone being intimidated by somebody, and just labeling it like a bad thing. Like, hey, that's how someone feels.
Yeah.
Like, allow them to feel that as they process it and work through it. And so there's all this like, oh my gosh, don't get me started on society right now and how you have to be perfect. You can't say anything wrong. You can't do anything,
That cancel culture.
Yeah, it's a joke. The amount of times I said joke this week.
He's been watching F1 and he's very upset about that as well.
Yeah.
So, do guys feel less when their partners are more successful?
I do think that a majority of guys would feel that way. I think a lot of it has to do with perspective. I think that people, oh my gosh, why are we getting so deep on every single question? I think people have this huge pressure, especially on women. Like the pressure's on guys, like, oh, you need to go work and crush it and hustle and But like with women, there's this like almost this attack on women where it's just like it's more important for you to go become a scientist than it is for you to grow a human being inside of like what a miracle, what a miracle, what a superpower, what an ability to know that you could grow a human inside of you. And it's like society saying, oh no, but you should be an engineer. Like that's pretty cool too, don't you think so? And I think that there's this pressure on like you need this worldly sense of success. You have to be this. But I think whenever you work with your spouse or whoever you're with and you come to like a mutual agreement, like, hey, like this is what I'm doing for our team and this is what you're doing for our team, and everybody works together. Mm-hmm. You look at all these big CEOs that are making tons of money, but like they're not eating if people aren't making food. There's not eating if there's not, farmers out there planting crops and stuff. They're not getting anywhere unless there's a pilot to fly a plane. Like it requires everyone. It requires a community. It requires everything. And I feel like there's this insane pressure on just like, am I gonna be at the top? Every single motivational quote is just, it's all about getting there when it's actually, there's so much joy and victory and success, even in the places that society deems as more lower. Mm-hmm. And so I just don't subscribe to those feelings personally. That's why I have a hard time answering the question, but I do think a lot of guys would struggle with it. But I'm very confident with what I bring to the table in a sense that whenever I was a nanny and a private school tutor, I was being trained to raise children and teach them. Yeah. And people made fun of me. Like, I have 2 college degrees, and why am I doing these types of things? But no, I'm being trained to be a father, and I'm being trained to be a teacher. And guess what we're going to do whenever we have children?
Homeschool.
And so it's just, for me, that was a good step in the future that I want for my life. And so I'm not intimidated by someone if they're making a lot of money, and I'm doing that because I'm doing what it is I feel is a good move for me.
Okay, y'all, we tried to keep this like light and fun, but we can't help ourselves.
A lot of the questions were kind of deep though.
I know. And the other ones that I didn't answer because they were just inappropriate, to be honest. Yeah. So I think these are more beneficial anyway. Yeah. So hopefully y'all learned a little something. Maybe you're scared to ask a guy, and maybe this helped in some way. Get inside the brain. The brains. Yeah. Brains. All right, y'all. We love ya, and we'll see you in the next video. Love ya. Do 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 do.